I had mentioned before that I work with a lot of the newer agents in my office, and I started back in 2012, which seems like a lifetime ago now. But on occasion, an agent will ask me, how did you get started with your business? What did you do that has led to your success? And honestly, it boils down to just a couple of things. Number one, I answered my phone. And even today, I answer my phone, but like if I'm with a client or if I'm on the other line, I'm not going to answer the phone. So I do try to call people back just as quickly as I can and respond to them. And it amazed people because they would be like, I've left messages for 3 or 4 agents and you're the only one who's called me back. So actually answering my phone, calling people back, and communicating with them. Answering emails was another thing. Back in 2012, internet leads were still kind of a new phenomena, if you will. And a lot of agents were just kind of weary of them. They weren't sure if these are real people they're talking to. And so they just didn't put a lot of effort into responding to email inquiries. And I took just the opposite approach. That was an easy way for me to try and get a new client, was to respond to these leads. And yeah, you might go through 10 before you got a serious buyer, but that's a serious buyer I didn't have prior to that. And so when most agents start the business, people say you got to work your sphere of influence. Well, based on the background that I came from, having worked in mortgages and having worked in title, everybody I knew was a real estate agent. That was my sphere of influence. So obviously they're not going to be sending me business, and I had to find a new way to develop business for myself. So working internet leads worked for me. I would set people up on searches. I would answer their emails as quickly as I could. And because I did what I told people that I would do, that impressed them. They were so glad that they had found someone who wanted to work with them, because 9 times out of 10, they're from out of state. And so they're not able to be here and actually look at some of the properties. And it helped them to be able to have an agent who could say, yeah, I think that's in line with what you want, or no, I think you're off base with that one. So that helped my business quite a bit. And now I've been in business 11 or 12 years, and I have some clients who have done 3, 4, and 5 transactions with me. I've had clients who I've helped to move here from another state, and then they've bought a property, they've totally rehabbed it, and they thought they were going to live here forever, and then life took a sudden change. And whether it be because of a job relocation or COVID or them wanting to get closer to their grandkids, they've ended up putting that house on the market and moving back away to wherever they had came from. I've got some customers that are living right now in Knoxville, and they moved here from California, bought a place up in Kyles Ford, lived there for a few years. Then her mom and dad moved here. They bought a mini farm from me up in Harrogate. And then the original couple from California sold. They moved out to Washington State. Then they ended up selling that house, and they moved back to Knoxville a couple of years ago. And now they're looking to sell that house and upgrade to a different home. So it's always neat to me, and it's very flattering, I guess you would say, when customers that I have helped in the past come back to me and ask me to help them in the future as well.